Hey guys, this is Amit and you're watching Tech Dad. In this video, we are going to compare between OnePlus Nord 2 5G versus Samsung Galaxy M51, and we will discuss which one is better in camera, performance, display, body of the devices, features, communication chips, and about the prices. In the end of the video, I will tell you which one is better according to me. So watch this video till the end. So without wasting any time, let's start the video. Let the comparison start with the camera of the devices. Talking about the rear camera of the devices, Nord 2 have triple camera setup, 50 megapixel of wide camera, 8 megapixel of ultra wide camera, and 2 megapixel of macro camera, whereas M51 comes with quad camera setup, 64 megapixel of wide camera, 12 megapixel of ultra wide camera, 5 megapixel of macro camera, and 5 megapixel of depth sensor. So the winner here is M51 because it have quad camera setup, which have 64 megapixel of wide camera, which can take high resolution of photos. And about the front camera of the devices, Nord 2 have 32 megapixel of wide camera, whereas M51 have 32 megapixel of wide camera. So the winner here is M51 because it have low aperture, which can take low noisy photos in low light conditions. Let's talk about the camera features of the devices. Nord 2 have dual LED flash, HDR and panorama, whereas M51 have LED flash, HDR and panorama. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have dual LED flash. And about the video recording options in the devices, Nord 2 can shoot 4K video max at 30 fps, Full HD video max at 240 fps with gyro electronic image stabilization, whereas M51 can record 4K video max at 30 fps, Full HD video max at 30 fps. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it has gyro electronic image stabilization, which can stabilize your video footage. Moving to the performance of the devices, let's start with the operating system of the devices. Nord 2 have Android 11 support. On the other side, M51 also have Android 11 support. So it's a tie. And about the user interface of the devices, Nord 2 have Oxygen OS, whereas M51 comes with one UI. So it's a tie because both of the user interface have different UI. Let's talk about the processor of the devices. Nord 2 is powered by Dimensity 1200 5G based on 6nm processor, whereas M51 is powered by 730G based on 7nm processor. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have faster processor, which gives you faster processing speed. And about the GPU of the devices, Nord 2 is spec'd with Mali G77, whereas M51 is spec'd with Adreno 618. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have faster GPU, which gives you faster FPS in games. Let's talk about the clock speed of the devices. Nord 2 can clock at 3.0 GHz based on octa-core Cortex chipset, whereas M51 can clock at 2.2 GHz based on octa-core Creo chipset. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have faster clock speed. And about the RAM variants in the devices, Nord 2 have two options, 8 and 12 GB, whereas M51 have 6 and 8 GB of RAM variants. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have bigger capacity of RAM options. Let's talk about the internal storage of the devices. Nord 2 comes with 128 and 256 GB of storage, whereas M51 have 128 GB of storage. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have faster read and write speed. And about the external storage of the devices, Nord 2 did not have any card slot, but M51 also have dedicated card slot. So the winner here is M51. Moving to the display features of the devices, let's start with the display size of the devices. Nord 2 have 6.43 inches of display, whereas M51 have 6.7 inches of display. So the winner here is M51 because it have bigger screen size. And about the screen to body ratio of the devices, Nord 2 have approx 85.8%, whereas M51 have 86.7%. So it's a tie because both of the devices have same ratio. Let's talk about the screen resolution of the devices. Nord 2 comes with Full HD Plus display. On the other side, M51 also have Full HD Plus display. So it's a tie. And about the display type of the devices, Nord 2 have Fluid AMOLED display having 90Hz of refresh rate with HDR10 Plus support, whereas M51 have Super AMOLED display. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have Fluid AMOLED display, which can produce more darker black and vivid colors. Moving to the body features of the devices, let's start with the thickness of the devices. Nord 2 have 8.3 mm of thickness, whereas M51 have 9.5 mm of thickness. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have slimmer body. Talking about the weight of the devices, Nord 2 comes with 189 grams of weight, whereas M51 have 213 grams of weight. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have lighter body weight. And about the protective glass of the devices, Nord 2 have Gorilla Glass 5, whereas M51 have Gorilla Glass 3 Plus. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have newer generation of glass, which is more durable than its older generation. Let's talk about the build quality of the devices. Nord 2 have glass back with plastic frame, whereas M51 have plastic back with plastic frame. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have solid build quality. And about the SIM options in the devices, both of the devices have dual nano SIM support, so it's a tie. Moving to some of the most important features of the devices, let's start with the fingerprint scanner of the devices. Nord 2 have a display fingerprint scanner. On the other side, M51 have side mounted fingerprint scanner. So the winner here is M51 because it has physical scanner which is faster than a display fingerprint scanner. And about the sensors in the devices, Nord 2 have accelerometer, gyroscope, proximity and compass, whereas M51 have accelerometer, gyroscope, proximity and compass, so it's a tie. Let's talk about the battery capacity of the devices. Nord 2 have 4500 mAh of battery capacity, whereas M51 have 7000 mAh of battery capacity. So the winner here is M51 because it have massive battery capacity. Let's talk about the charging speed of the devices. Nord 2 have 65 watts of fast charging, whereas M51 have 25 watts of fast charging. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it can charge up a device faster. Let's talk about the loudspeaker of the devices. Nord 2 comes with stereo speakers, whereas M51 have normal speakers. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it can produce immersive sound. And about the headphone jack of the devices, Nord 2 did not have any 3.5 mm of headphone jack, whereas M51 have. So the winner here is M51. Moving to the communication chips in the devices, starting with the WLAN of the devices. Both of the devices comes with Wi-Fi AC, dual band Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi direct and hotspot. So it's a tie. And about the Bluetooth version of the devices, Nord 2 have 5.2 generation of Bluetooth, whereas M51 have 5th generation of Bluetooth. So the winner here is M51 because it have newer generation of Bluetooth. Let's talk about the positioning chips in the devices, starting with the WLAN. Nord 2 have dual band AGPS, GLONASS, Galileo, BDS and other chips, whereas M51 have AGPS, GLONASS, Galileo, BDS. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have many chips. And about the USB connectivity of the devices, Nord 2 comes with 2nd gen of Type-C connector with OTG support, whereas M51 also have 2nd gen of Type-C connector with OTG support. So it's a tie. Moving to the price of the devices, in the international market, price of Nord 2 is around $300 US, whereas M51 is available from $380 US. In the Indian market, Nord 2 have starting range from 28,000 rupees, whereas M51 is available from 20,000 rupees. So the conclusion of the video is, in the camera, the winner here is Nord 2. In the performance, the winner here is Nord 2. In the display, the winner here is Nord 2. In the body segment, the winner here is Nord 2. In the features of the device, the winner here is Nord 2. In the communication chips, it's a tie. And about the prices, the winner here is Nord 2. So the decision is totally yours. Which device you like the most so far, and let me know in the comment below what do you think, which device is better for you. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you like our content, please like our video, share this video and subscribe to our channel. Comment what's your thought in the comment below. If you're watching this video on Facebook, please like our page, tag that. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, here's my Instagram ID on the screen. This is Amit and I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, bye.